Welcome to the American Rambler with your host, Paul Grafton. Today we have a special Sunday edition. This one is coming from Sky News Australia. It seems like school is not the only place you have to worry about indoctrination camps. How about indoctrination camps? Actual ones. As a camp counselor, you think you are sending your kids to like an Indian camp counseling, and in reality they're getting political and stuff. So one here is camp instructors bragging about converting 13 years old into one of the most murderous ideologies in human history. So the last person should be a camp counselor saying how I turned a cabin of 13-year-olds into leftists. This was coming after this, we really need to start paying attention to where our children goes, who's teaching our children, who is babysitting our children. This is not just felonious females. These are leftist indoctrination camps. Now, okay, so here's like how another thing also is colleges. So colleges, they try and get them into the workforce, any place they can to spread a horrendous ideology, an ideology that always ends up stripping away freedom, taking away liberties, and taking away the fruits of your labor. So we have one here coming from the National Review. Okay, it's telling about how parents, even if you go to a Christian school, Brigham Young is not safe. Christian colleges are not safe. Okay? They go to school and now they hold contempt for one segment of the population, and that segment of the population is actually paying for them to go to school. Okay? This is what the Soviet Union used to do, was create these Russian indoctrination camps and Soviet cells and then send them into the U.S. But now they're actually here as our teachers. And I can't literally call them a teacher because the only thing they're teaching is hate. They're not teaching them accountability. They're not teaching them personal responsibility. That is why you have so many garden tools coming out of college. They think they're owed something. No, they're not. They think men are privileged because we start work around 6 years old. Because I'm going to tell you something. My dad never went to look for my sisters to have them do chores. My sisters were 2 and 5 years older than me. I was 6 and I had to do chores. My sisters did not have to do chores. So we learned a work ethic from an early age, something that women haven't done. Now, I've discussed this before about some of the places I worked in Western or feminized academia. But I think I'm going to describe this here. Okay, I had one woman who spent an entire 3 hours talking on the phone to her mother while passing off her work to the poor male slob who had to spend extra time there to do the work. Another one, the woman was literally at her teacher's desk, surrounded by a bunch of other teachers, cutting her toenails. Okay? And then there's another one who's lying about the men, who knows how to do his job, while she doesn't know how to do her job. Because need to get her out of there before she gets into trouble. And you know what? All the women knew it. So parents, if I were you, I would download the TikTok app, but forbid your child, even if it's an adult student, if you have any control over them, like if you're paying for college. Okay, you make sure they cannot download TikTok or any place that's only a leftist echo chamber. I'm always for people looking at the left and the right, because the right's going to have their one ideology, the left is going to have their one ideology, but the reality is in the middle. But you download the TikTok so you can keep an eye out, because there seems to be something that I think is a good trend, a growing trend to confess your bad behavior. Okay? Look at the teachers. Look at how many teachers got caught trying to spread CRT or CFT ideology, which is really Marxist ideology. The guy that was so darn poor and so lazy that he always had to borrow money from his friends for a cup of coffee. No. Okay. Now, if everybody's getting everything the same, then you know what's going to happen? People are going to do the least amount of work to get that basic amount. Okay? So, keep an eye out for what teachers are doing, camp counselors, what are other places. Also work, what are they teaching? Okay? Bring back the family dinner table. I know it's hard to do with the amount of single mothers out here, and I'm going to tell you straight out. Either parents cannot do it alone. As I said before, I am the product of a single father. My issue with my father that he tried too much to be my mother when I needed a father. Okay? There are certain things a mother can do, there are certain things a father can do. Okay? I like what one woman says. Women weren't created to do everything a man can do. A woman was created to do everything a man couldn't do. Okay? So, try and start listening to your child. And do that every day. Starting like 6 years old. Okay? You know, had one teacher that was giggling about how she's turning a bunch of preschoolers into a bunch of woke toddlers. The only thing toddlers care about is their nap time, their juice, and their toys. Okay? And then look at the kindergartners. And then if you have sons, especially if you have sons, try and find masculine role models for them. You're hearing all these women, where have all the good men gone? Well, we've walked out. If you want a good man, you're going to have to start respecting the men in your